Hey everybody, welcome back to MGC. This is the video where I share my unpopular opinion about Ryan Garcia being the winner of this fight tonight. I noticed a lot of people, especially the former professional boxers, current professional boxers, and a lot of pro trainers are going with Tank. 90%, something like that. Just rounding it off, I think it's 90% are going with Tank. And I get it. Tank seems to be the smarter boxer. He seems to have more experience. Not just seems, he does have more experience with, it seems, a better resume. Okay, so I'm going to present my argument why I believe Ryan comes out victorious tonight. So I predict, officially, this is my prediction, Ryan Garcia by TKO, late rounds between, let's just say rounds 8 to 12. He made really good fighters, such as Luke Campbell and Javier Fortuna, look amateurish. These aren't pushovers, guys. Luke Campbell's a former Olympian. Javier Fortuna, former champion. The boxing world is about to be in for a shock tonight. Ryan is going to win by blinding speed, strength of heart, and superior stamina. And I'm going to get into more detail as to why I believe this is so. So again, Ryan's opponents are underrated, specifically Campbell and Fortuna. Again, they were respective Olympians and former champions. One being Luke Campbell. He went the distance with Lomachenko. He was never knocked down in his whole career until he fought Ryan, until he ran into Garcia. Ryan made both of them look bad. So the big question that we must be asking ourselves is, how good is Ryan Garcia really? How good is he really? We're going to find out tonight. The truth will come out. I would wager that Ryan punches harder than Tank Davis. Yeah, I went there. Additionally, it's the punch that you don't see that hurts you the most. Ryan's speed just might be too much for Tank. Might be too much for him to handle. So the key factors for victory for either fighters are, number one, who can take more pain, whose chin is more durable. It seems to be Tank has the edge in this department. However, Ryan's been down, and he's gotten up and fought back to win. Tank has never been knocked down as far as I know. I predict multiple knockdowns in this fight for both fighters. I think Ryan will probably hit the canvas, and so might Tank. So will Tank. Speaking of tanks, no pun intended, who has more gas in the tank? Who has better endurance, stamina? Whoever tires out after the 6th round mark, because that's usually the cutoff point for most fighters, 6 rounds, is probably going to lose. The one who tires out first. Number 3, question 3, who has more heart? Ryan might have the edge here. Again, he was knocked down against Luke Campbell, and he overcame adversity, and he came back to score a knockout, a TKO. So again, I'm going with Ryan for the surprise win. This was not a surprise. I wouldn't be doing this video, but this is scenario 1, Ryan by TKO, stoppage, rounds 8 to 12. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about how I see the fight panning out. So opening up here, Ryan builds up a comfortable lead, rounds 1 to 6. Now, Tank has a history of being a slow starter, letting the other fighter get ahead on the scorecards, whether that's Rolly Romero, Mario Barrios. These guys are not as good as Ryan. So Ryan will establish his jab and ring generalship. Again, Barrios and Rolly did this. Ryan is faster than Mario Barrios, and he's a much better boxer. He's superior to Rolly, and he has better fundamentals, so he should be able to accomplish this, building up a lead in the early rounds 1 to 6. So I envision Ryan keeping Tank at bay with effective aggression, using his flurry of straight rights, which are like secondary jabs, and left hooks. He's going to keep the left hook going and keep him in check. Ryan could surprise Tank with his straight right that he's not expecting, as well as an uppercut. This is going to make Tank more tentative, more uncertain to come in and exchange. similar to how he was reluctant to get into exchanges with Isaac Cruz. Note, Ryan punches harder than Isaac Cruz and faster. So if Ryan shows off an effective jab, this could be a very long night for Tank. Now, for Tank Davis, realizing he is potentially behind on the scorecards, because again, we don't know with boxing judges, it's so corrupt, Tank will become desperate, as he usually becomes, and tries to walk Ryan down. You're going to see him walk Ryan down tonight with a high guard and alternating with hands down. So if he keeps his high guard, if he keeps it up there, Ryan is now able to land a left hook to the body, which Tank may not be able to endure. We're going to find out. I don't think he will be able to endure those body punches, but we'll see. If Tank comes in with his hands low, as he sometimes is apt to do, he's going to be open for a quick, lightning quick left hook to the temple, which I believe is the southpaw's kryptonite. Left hook is one of the most effective punches against a left-hander. So it is going to be Tank's desperation related to letting Ryan take those early rounds that lead to his demise. If Tank takes the early rounds, which is highly improbable, I give him like a 5 to 10% chance of winning rounds 1 to 4, 1 to 6, then this scenario does not happen and Tank can go coast for a decision points victory. Scenario number 2. On the other hand, this is how Tank would win, in my opinion. If Ryan is defensively porous, or he's overly aggressive, trying to take Tank out of there too early, before round 6 or so, in the early rounds, Tank is going to exploit this, and he's going to set him up for a devastating knockout. Ryan needs to keep Tank at range, meaning don't let Tank on the inside. Don't let him cut the distance. Don't allow him to be close enough to land his deadly uppercuts. That's lights out for Ryan. Ryan has the longer arms. He's got the reach advantage, so he has to let Tank pay every time he comes in by punishing him as he tries to close the distance. Now, scenario 3, this is another potential outcome. This could be the lightweight version of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, meaning we could see multiple knockdowns for both fighters. It could be a war. We really don't know until the fight happens, but these are the 3 scenarios, and I'm going with scenario 1 as being the most likely based on their past fight history. It's not me just picking things out of the blue, making things up. This is how Ryan boxes. This is how Tank boxes. He allows people, especially those who have height advantage and a better jab and faster punchers, to get the early lead. And that's what Ryan's been doing. You saw that against Tago, against Fortuna. Those are both southpaws. This is going to be the 3rd southpaw that Ryan will fight in a row. Big disadvantage, though, to Ryan, just to be fair, is that he has been inactive in a long time. I think over a year, almost a year, if not more than that. I give the edge to Tank in terms of being sharp because he fought not too long ago. So Ryan's going to have to shake off the ring rust really quickly and be comfortable in there and be able to take a punch. So that's the big question mark, in my opinion, is does Ryan have a good enough chin to take Tank's punches, and vice versa? Does Tank have the chin, the durability to take Ryan's punches? Because he will have never faced a fighter that punches as hard as Ryan Garcia or as fast. On the other hand, Ryan has never faced a fighter that punches as hard as Tank does either, or as smart. Tank can set you up with the strangest trajectory of punches. It looks like he's going to do an uppercut, and then all of a sudden he turns it over, turns to a straight right. Looks like he's going to do a straight right and turns to an uppercut. He's just a master of setting people up. On the other hand, what's in Ryan's favor is that a lot of people are overrating Tank. Don't get me wrong, Tank's an elite fighter. But is he as good as Terrence Crawford? No, he's not Terrence Crawford, guys. People are talking about Tank like he's Terrence Crawford. If this was Crawford Garcia, and Crawford's he's heavier than Garcia, obviously. But if this is Crawford Garcia and the weight is no factor, I don't see any scenario where Ryan Garcia would beat Crawford. But this isn't Bud Crawford, guys. This is Tank Davis. Tank Davis gets hit. He doesn't dodge everything. He's not like Neo in the Matrix. He's not Lomachenko. He gets hit. And he can take a punch. But his defense isn't bad either. But he is going to have to take some Garcia left hooks and punches. They're going to land. So we're going to have to find out tonight. This is one of the most exciting fights in a long time, possibly since Mayweather-Pacquiao and Mayweather-McGregor as well. But I'm going to go with Mayweather-Pacquiao because they're both boxers. McGregor was more of a circus show there. So let me know what you think. Comment below, like and subscribe to this channel. If you want to see more boxing content, let me know. This channel is mostly for video games and commentary. So this is the commentary aspect of this channel. And just appreciate your time. I'm so excited for this fight coming up. It's almost 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I believe the fight will be probably starting around 10:30 p.m. So we'll know later tonight whether I'm an idiot for posting this video or did I get it right? Because I feel like this is Ryan's destiny. Another intangible, one factor that people are not thinking about or even counting on is something that Tyson Fury has as well. It is faith. I'm not saying Davis doesn't have faith, but Ryan really, you can feel that he really believes this is his destiny. And that's something that you really can't teach. It's not something you can, it's one of the X factors that, it's one of the things that when Tyson Fury got knocked down in the first fight against Wilder, and it looked like he was down and out, he keeps mentioning that it was his faith in Jesus Christ that helped him got up from that knockdown. Right at the last second, he got up, just sprung up on his feet, and he came back, and I think he pulled it out. So I believe Ryan might have that on his side. Not saying it will happen that way, but I think that could be a factor because Ryan believes it. He's convicted in his heart that this is his destiny to win. He's the one who's been pursuing Tank all these years. It's true. It's a fact. Tank Davis has not been pursuing Garcia. In fact, I would venture to say he was even dodging Ryan because there's nothing in it for him to gain from beating Garcia many years ago, but now there is. He's a big draw now. It's funny for me to make this video because a long time ago I wouldn't even imagine a scenario where Garcia wins, but now that we've seen how he has fought against higher competition, Luke Campbell, Fortuna, and even Tago, not that Tago's a high competition, but that he's a southpaw and those are awkward to fight, and shorter southpaws, we can see how Ryan will box. So we'll see what kind of game plan that Joe Goosen has for Ryan tonight, but may the best man win. I had this as a 70-30 fight. I had a 70% chance of Tank Davis winning, whereas I saw maybe 30% chance for Ryan winning. As it is right now, this moment, 50-50. It's really it's a coin toss. I never thought or imagined myself saying this, but given all those reasons I presented to you in this video, I believe we could very much see an upset, although it's not really an upset, but for the majority of people, it's an upset because you have, like I said, 80 to 90% of people in general seem to be picking Tank to win, whereas my opinion is in the minority. And I'm not just doing this to be contrarian because I know some people make a video, everyone says one thing, I'm going to go the other way just because, I'm sick and tired of, I don't want to go along with the narrative. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just presenting this because I really, truly believe this in my heart, that this could be Ryan's coming out party. And the whole world's going to realize, wow, this guy, how did we not see it? How did we not see how good this guy is against, the signs were there against Campbell. The signs were there against Fortuna. He made them look bad. Those are not bad fighters, guys. They're really good. They're top 10, both of them. And Ryan just was so good. He made them look amateurish. Is he going to do that to Tank? I don't think he's going to make Tank look like an amateur. I could be wrong. Maybe he dominates him. I don't know. But Tank, I just think Tank's too smart to be dominated in that way. but I think it's the speed of Ryan that catches him off guard, and the punching power. He's going to be surprised how hard Ryan punches, and he's going to be, again, tentative, very unsure to want to exchange with this man, because it could be the end of his career. Not really the end of his career, but I mean the end of his win streak. He's going to lose his O. And, a lot of undefeated fighters obviously don't want to lose that O. They want to stay undefeated. Both of them do. But regardless, whether Ryan wins or loses, I think he still goes on to bigger and better fights. He can fight Haney, the winner or loser of Haney and Lomachenko. And likewise with Tank Davis, whether he wins or loses, and I pray that both fighters don't get seriously hurt. I hope they just, are able to continue to fight and maintain their health and continue their careers. I think Tank Davis still goes on to bigger and better fights. He's a great boxer. He's I don't know what's going to go on with his legal things, but I hope he goes on to fight the winner or loser of Lomachenko and Haney, Devin Haney. So that's all I have to say for this video. Thank you for your time. And until next time, this is MGC for Boxing Talk.